This video contains images that may offend feral pig lovers. Spoken and authorised by Rob Smith.
I'm going to chase a few pigs to Dirranbandi with my brother Benny.
Have you ever been to a new photographic location, full of anticipation and great expectations, only to come home disappointed? Well, my hand's up. The American photographer Dorothea Lange left us with some great advice when she said, "The best way to go into unfamiliar territory is to go in ignorant." Nowadays, I like to remind myself, don't go looking for what you expect to find. It may limit what you see. Wow! So this is where we're camping, boys. The banks of the beautiful Culgoa River. Wonderful. Patagonia, eat your heart out. My primary goal for the trip was to spend some quality time with two of my sons hunting feral pigs. Nevertheless, besides documenting the boys' trip with stills and video, I hoped there'd be opportunities for me to indulge in some creative photography. When I saw that the Culgoa River had been reduced to a few stagnant muddy pools with European carp in them, and how dry the surrounding countryside was, how drab everything was, and how even the local wildlife seemed to be really just hanging on to existence, I realised that my photography aspirations were going to be severely challenged. This frontier was not abounding in photographic opportunities that could easily be gathered up. I would have to hunt for good photographs, as carefully and as purposefully as my sons were hunting. Dirranbandi was a tough gig, photographically and physically. Not only was the countryside harsh and uninviting, the heat was oppressive. This was high summer, and each day as the sun rose, we could feel the energy being sapped out of us. We hunted early in the mornings and late in the afternoons. Therefore, the traditional prime time for serious landscape photography was not available to me. During the middle of the day, you could barely do anything except sit in the shade and rest. To relieve the boredom, we reduced the European carp population. In the heat of the day, I didn't feel much inclined to go out with my camera, despite having Gary Winogrand's words ringing in my ears. "What has your own comfort got to do with it? Huh?" On the third day, the conditions came up hazy overcast. Even though it was still very hot, I was encouraged to get up in the middle of the day and go for a wander with my camera, because the light had been diffused by the soft cloud cover. I wouldn't say that any of the images that I brought back from the Dirranbandi trip were world beaters, but I think the exercise was worthwhile. To be put in a position where there was nothing really photographically inspiring happening, it made me take stock of the situation and work that much harder to find images that were worth bringing back.